the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Aaron's Hour, coming to you coast to coast from Virginia Beach, Virginia. I am Aaron Phillips. Otherwise, the title of the show would make no sense. Anyway, thank you for tuning in today and making me part of your Saturday. Listen, I hope you all are going to be ready to be educated today because, you know, we are in the height of tax season. April 15th is our deadline for filing unless something happened. And I would never sit here and try to tell you what to do with your taxes, wink, wink, because I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Select last night to be a tax advisor. Therefore, I said, let's do this the right way. Joining me today is a dear friend that I feel like I've known you for a long time because of Eli. Eli Colon, shout out to Eli. Miss Laurel Brushingham, she is the founder and owner, CEO of Elite Financial Services for the last, 14 million years or something like that?
Yes, 14.
She is a specialist in the tax environment and helps everybody make sure that every T is crossed, I is dotted correctly. And she's even willing to teach others how to get into the business.
Yes.
That's not bad, right? A lot of people like keeping those secrets to themselves.
Yes, I'm no gatekeeper.
I love it. I love it. That's right. Why should you? Misery loves company, right? There you go.
Yes.
So I know before we went on the air, this is your busy time of year. So thank you for making time to come on today to talk with our audience. And I know from here, you're running to appointments the rest of the day. So you're just getting your days. By the way, she's got roller skates on underneath the table. She's just rolling out of here when we're done. But as always, thank you for tuning in, whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube. Thank you very much for, just like I said, making us part of your Saturday. Of course, tomorrow, 1 p.m., ddtv.tv. You can catch previous episodes of Aaron's Hour on that network as well, or just go back to Facebook or YouTube, watch today's show or any other previous show. We appreciate it because there's always so much information. And hit that share button. Get people to look at the shows as well. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe and share my link out to people there as well. And then if an hour of me here isn't enough in the local area, 12:30 to 1 p.m., go to Cox Cable Channel 4, Sky 4 TV, and you'll be able to see the latest episode of The Voice of 757, which just focuses on Hampton Roads. And today's show will feature Naima Ford from TCC, Tidewater Community College, and local comedian Fred McKinnon. They will be on the show today that you'll see. If you missed the show on TV, don't fret, my friends, because if you go to the Facebook page titled The Voice of 757, I do upload the episodes once they are on TV, so you can go back and watch any previous episode and enjoy there as well. All right, as always, let's check in Las Vegas. Mr. John Stiles is holding down the board down there. Good morning, Mr. Stiles. How are you today?
I'm holding down the board.
You're holding down the board. Yes, you are. I understand you had a magician in there, so it's floating around, so you have to hold it down. Levitating. What's happening in Vegas today?
80 degrees.
80 degrees. Yeah, that's nice of you to share that.
We expect to hit 80 today. So
we had all 4 seasons in Virginia Beach this week. We had Tuesday and Wednesday record highs, yes, right? 82 degrees was a record high on Tuesday. Wednesday, 88 degrees record. The record, I think, on Wednesday was 81 previously. But then after that, all hell broke loose because on Thursday, when I came to my studio, it was like 72 degrees, but about, 3 hours later, it dropped like 40 degrees, yes, right? It was like 30-something, rain, sleet, snow in some parts of northern Virginia. We had everything.
Literally,
yeah,
all at one time.
All at one time. And now we're
like... So what you're telling me is that the weather back there is psychotic.
It is, yes. If you wait just a few minutes, it'll change. But today's a nice day. We're going to see some, I think, upper 50s, low 60s. We'll kind of settle out for a couple of days. But yeah, we had all 4 seasons this week here in Virginia Beach. Unfortunately, even when it was 88 degrees, the temptation to go to the beach was one thing, but something about wearing a bathing suit in the month of March outside, right?
Yes.
It's not the thing to do. Otherwise, we'd all be walking around with pneumonia or something.
Yes. It reminds me of somebody wrote, I just saw in the last day or two, this is the time of the year that no matter which coat you pick, it's wrong.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Listen, on Thursday, I'm just, I got out in the morning, no jacket, but they warned you, take your jacket and gloves and umbrella for later in the day. So I'm trudging into the office. I just have my shirt on. I got my backpack over. I have my winter leather jacket stuffed under the arm of the backpack. I got gloves inside the jacket. And I'm walking in with my umbrella like it's a cane. because it's beautiful blue skies outside. But boy, I needed it 5 hours later, I'll tell you. So it's all good. And now on Monday, I don't know if you saw this, but big weather storm system coming, a big cold front on Monday, to the point where they're suggesting we may have tornado watches going on Monday. And my daughter and my wife is up in New Jersey visiting our other daughter. Guess when they're coming home driving? Yay! I told them they better keep an eye on the weather. So crazy stuff out here. But anyway, it's all good. All right, John, you know what time it is, right?
I know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's time for Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right, here we go. I was just telling Laurel the backstory on Vegas Unwrapped 2.0. Ricky Cash, miss you, brother. All right, let's talk about some stuff going on out west.
Okay.
Have you ever been to a county fair?
Yes.
Is that somewhere out here, or where have you attended?
I've been to one here, and then I also been one down in North Carolina.
Okay, is that where you're originally from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
That's right. That's right. I forgot she's from Brooklyn, girl.
In Brooklyn, we don't have county. New York doesn't have county fairs.
They have county.
We got
block parties. Yes. Right in front of the brownstone. Yes. Right, absolutely. They have county. It's called county lockup.
Yes.
That's what they have up there. Okay, so April 8th through the 12th, Clark County Fair and Rodeo, Nevada's ultimate spring tradition. When we lived back there, we took the kids up there. It is wonderful. It's out on the Paiute tribes up there, up on their land up there. Clark County Fair. So it's 5 days full of rodeo thrills, carnival rides, live entertainment, agriculture exhibits, unforgettable fair food at the Clark County Fairgrounds. Listen, the Clark County Fair and Rodeo blends Western heritage and modern entertainment. It is a lot of fun. April 8th through the 12th, the Clark County Fairgrounds. If you don't know where that is, here's the address for you: 1301 West Whipple Avenue, Logandale, 89021. And it's about, I want to say, memory serves, was about an hour and change up the highway, up 15, I believe, to go up there. If you want information for tickets, it is recommended that you try to buy tickets ahead of time. You can go to ccfair.com. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. There you go. Oh, wait, we moved the garbage can over here. I still missed. All right, Breeze Airways. First of all, have you ever flown Breeze? Do you fly Breeze at all? I love Breeze.
Yes.
You know why? Because when they started flying direct from Vegas to Norfolk for us to visit, was when we lived in Vegas. So I love Breeze. Now when I go back and visit my dad, who's still in Vegas, I fly Breeze direct. Because once my ass is on the plane, I want to keep it there.
Yeah.
That's why I need connections.
And they're owned by JetBlue.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that.
Yep, JetBlue.
JetBlue's got their own problems. Good morning, Chiefy. See you out there, my friend. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's turn this up. There we go. I could also turn the volume up too. Okay, so Breeze Airways has announced not one, not two, but 3 new flights out of Vegas.
Oh, wow.
So here's the first one: Arcata, Eureka, California, returning service to Provo, Utah. And then just yesterday, they started flights to Redmond Bend, Oregon. So for the Arcata Eureka flight starting last week, nonstop on Wednesdays and Saturdays, $39 one way.
Oh, that's excellent.
Provo, Salt Lake City, Utah, you can fly there nonstop Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursday, every day of the week except for Tuesday. $30 one way. And if you want to go up to Redmond Bend, Oregon, nonstop on Mondays and Fridays, it's only $69 one way. So that's not bad. So quick flights there. Thank you, Breeze Airways. And of course, as always, Breeze Airways. Oh, got that one. Breeze Airways flies direct to Mexico, although with all that's going on down in those countries, I don't know that you want to go to Mexico.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You better have a bail bondsman ready for that. All right. For those of you in Vegas, do you remember Blockbuster?
Yes, I love Blockbuster.
Who didn't love Blockbuster?
Miss Blockbuster.
Right? Isn't that you going
They
on?
don't even have Redbox no more.
No, they don't. Going to the supermarket, have that Redbox little machine there. Well, you don't need it now with all the streaming services and everything.
Correct.
Kind of takes away the fun of a Friday or Saturday night. What do you want to do? I don't know. Let's go get a movie. And then you go. Now, Blockbuster was unique because their display, they always had one on display.
Yes.
And then behind it was all the videos you can get.
Correct.
So you get all hyped up. You want to go get a movie. And then you walk into the store and you hope you see a video back there and you see the box. And then there's nothing back there. And then what do? You go hunker by the desk to see if you're waiting patiently. It's like a DMV.
Hey, Did you scan it in yet?
Right, you scan it. Yeah,
I
come
need
on.
that
What?
one.
Right, exactly. See, you're scouting this stuff out.
And then Blockbuster too. I love the fact that it's like when you're at the checkout, you can buy all your snacks. Your
Yeah,
popcorn, your-
absolutely.
so it's like you're really at the movie theater, but you're not.
I think that's how supermarkets started putting all their sneaky
Correct.
snacks on the checkout.
Correct.
Well, check this out. Las Vegas bars designed like a Blockbuster video.
Oh wow.
Drinks are inspired by 90s movies. So it's a new pop-up bar in Las Vegas, kind of feeling the old days, but they also provide drinks that have vodka.
Oh my goodness.
The name of the pop-up is called Back to the Video Store 90s Speakeasy Bar. It's a limited run experience that transforms the beloved video rental store into an immersive night out, complete with movie-themed drinks, nostalgic decor, and entertainment straight out of the decade. It opens in Las Vegas on March 25th and runs through May 17th. And here's the thing, it's at the Parkway Tavern up on West Flamingo in 215. It's only going to be set up there. So you walk into the bar, looks just like a Blockbuster. You go to the shelf, right, where you would look for the box of the video. But instead of it obviously having the videos, the box will tell you the drink you're about to have.
Oh.
So you could turn the box around and you would see all the ingredients of the drink.
Okay.
You take it to the bar, and that's how they make your drink, which is pretty
I
cool.
like that.
So instead of picking up the tape, visitors grab a movie off the shelf, bring it to the bartender, who will then try to make that corresponding cocktail. So they have to be pretty good, right?
Yes.
The pop-up was created by a company called Bucket Listers, the company behind Mariah Carey's holiday bar that's there at the Park MGM and the Malibu Barbie Cafe that was up at Area 15 recently. Now, the drinks are named after the nostalgic movies.
Okay.
So, for instance, the Mean Girls drink mixes vodka, lemon juice, watermelon syrup, and cotton candy.
Mm.
The Happy Gilmore combines vodka, sweet tea, lemon juice, and simple syrup for a refreshing nod to Adam Sandler's movie. And the Big Lebowski goes rich with vodka, vanilla extract, coffee liqueur, and shaved nutmeg. So let's see. Also offers food drinks. You can get the Mighty Ducks quesadilla
Love that.
and the Mystic Pizza. All right. Now, also throughout the week, the bar will also host trivia nights, bingo nights, karaoke nights, live DJ, giving visitors reasons to keep coming back over the span of those couple of months. So that sounds like it's a lot of fun. It'll begin March 25th through the 17th, as I said, located at the Parkway Tavern, 4930 West Flamingo Road. General admission starts at $17.80 per person, includes 90 minutes of open seating, one cocktail or mocktail. But if you want more, you can buy more drinks as well. Reservations and for more information, go to bucketlisters.com. So that sounds like it'll be a lot of fun.
$17.
Yeah.
That's good.
And the experience, I think, is really worth going in
Yeah,
for, right?
absolutely.
All right, let's switch to some stuff here. Usually I like talking about winnings and lotteries and stuff,
Yeah.
and I have a couple of those.
Okay.
How long have you lived in the area?
17 years. now.
Okay, so you'd almost be like a local by now.
Yes.
Me, I'm still a newbie.
Yes. Yes.
So I found this article, 12 phrases that people from this area, if they say,
Mhm.
you know are from this area.
Okay.
All right, so here you go. So acknowledge whether it's true or not.
Okay.
The first one, did you know we are not a state? You know what we're called?
What?
We are called a commonwealth.
Yes.
Okay,
Commonwealth.
so Virginia will politely remind you that we are a commonwealth and not a state.
Yes, they make their own laws.
That's correct. Exactly right. Including adopting these 12 statements. DMV, what comes to mind when you think of DMV?
Department of Motor Vehicles.
No. How about DC, Maryland, and Virginia?
Yes.
Okay. If someone says to you, we have to deal with Northern Virginia traffic, you just know,
You're
right?
talking about DC.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Blue Ridge,
I
what
think
comes
it's
to mind?
the mountains.
That's it. The Blue Ridge Mountains, some of the most scenic views in the East.
Yes.
Here you go. If somebody says to you, let's meet in Old Town, where are they talking about?
Portsmouth.
No, but that's not a bad guess. Old Town Alexandria,
Oh. Okay.
history and cobblestone included.
Okay. Okay.
When somebody says the Tidewater, what part of Virginia are they talking about?
Hampton, Virginia Beach, Norfolk,
Okay.
Chesapeake.
Coastal Virginia, exactly right, where the Chesapeake Bay shapes life. All right. Hokies.
That's
Yeah.
football.
Yeah. Which school is it?
Virginia Tech.
There you go. As a Penn Stater, and you guys got my old coach. Wahoos are who?
Wahoos.
The Wahoos. University of Virginia, the other school.
Oh, okay.
When someone says Shenandoah, what comes to mind?
The valleys.
Okay. Valley, the river, or the national park?
Yes.
Oh, Chief is ranting about gas prices. $4.39. I had
Oh my goodness.
out in Vegas. Here it's I saw this morning was $3.59. I saw by mine.
So mine yesterday for my gas tank it was $4.09 at the Wawa's.
Oof.
And I have a 13-gallon Alfa Romeo. So
Oh, sorry.
normally
Alfa Romeo. Things are really good in the tax industry.
No.
I'm just kidding.
That's just my favorite foreign
Oh,
car.
no,
I don't
absolutely.
care for the other
No, I
American
got you.
ones.
I got you. No, I'm just
But
I'm
yeah,
just
the
busting
gas
it.
prices are crazy.
John confirmed this with me or helped me remember yesterday. Val talked about a gas station up near her that was selling gas for almost $10 a gallon
Ridiculous.
up in
That's
Northern
ridiculous.
Cali. So, all right.
That is true.
Right. It was 10. Thanks, John.
That's crazy.
Historic Triangle. What three cities make up the Historic Triangle?
There's 3 cities.
There's 3 cities that make up the Historic Triangle here in the Virginia Beach area, Hampton Roads area.
Virginia Beach, Norfolk, and Chesapeake.
No, but thank you for playing.
Okay.
Williamsburg,
Okay.
Jamestown, and Yorktown.
Okay.
The Historical Triangle.
Historical. I
Right.
missed that part.
That's okay. When someone says to you it's humid, the translation means your hair has officially surrendered. Mine gave up a long time ago. And last but not least, what is the slogan that Virginia has? What is our slogan?
Virginia's for lovers.
That's right. Yes, the tourism slogan and locals secretly like it. Yes, we do. That's right. And I proudly wear the shirt. So 12 statements there. Real quickly before we go to break, we had a couple of winnings on some lottery. Chesapeake shipyard worker decided to give a lottery game one more try, and the guy won $100,000. He won a scratch off he bought a scratch off at the Dunedin Food Mart in Chesapeake. So congratulations to him.
Congrats.
By the way, if you need a tax person,
Listen,
right?
Invest in opportunities, all that. I got
That's
you.
exactly right. But you may want this person.
Okay.
Mega Millions ticket holder wins $533 million jackpot, first grand prize of 2026. Person has not come forward. The unidentified ticket holder can choose between the $533 million prize or a one-time payout of $244.2 million. This was a winner in Illinois. They have 60 days. They have up to a year to claim the full prize or 60 days to claim the lump sum.
Okay.
Now, another player in Illinois matched 5 white balls in the 5-time multiplier to win $5 million. And a player in Maryland matched the balls, but with a 4-time multiplier, winning $4 million. This is the 17th time that the Mega Millions jackpot has been won in the land of Lincoln. So I think I'm moving to Illinois. All right, with that, we're going to step aside for our first break of the show. You're watching Aaron's Hour. Get ready to learn some stuff regarding tax preparation from Miss Laurel Brushingham, co-founder of Elite Financial Services. Hey, we'll be right back.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
Peace, love, and little donuts originated in Pittsburgh 15 years ago. Now you can enjoy these little cake donuts right here in Virginia Beach, located at 2105 Princess Anne Road. We have over 60 different toppings to choose from in quantities of 2, 6, 12, and 36. We can take care of any catering needs, such as weddings, business meetings, or Super Bowl party. Call us at 757-301-3564 and let us know what donuts will make your event even groovier. URL. Hi, welcome back. Thank you. Never mind. Hi, right on. Okay. You're watching Aaron's Hour. Hey, we have a live read to do. So, John, if you'd put up the Elite Financial Services logo. If you're serious about building wealth, protecting your money, and scaling your business, you need strategy, not just a tax preparer. Laurel Brushingham, the person on my left, CEO of Elite Financial Services, LLC, and her team love to help individuals and entrepreneurs build financially elite lifestyles. They specialize in personal and corporate taxes, including S Corps and C Corps, strategic tax planning, bookkeeping, credit repair, business credit building, proper business structuring, securing real business funding, and may even come over and cook dinner at your house. And for those ready to step into the industry, they teach taxes and provide professional tax software nationwide. To meet with Elite, call 757-717-2411. That's 757-717-2411 at Elite Financial Services. We don't just file taxes, we build financial power. All right. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Aaron's Hour. We were just talking about the show. So I'm going to finish my thought, because if I don't finish that thought before John surprised us coming back on. So when the show is done, take the URL off of Facebook or YouTube, put in your signature line. Every time you send out an email, hey, have you seen my latest interview about my business? Use it as a marketing tool. Okay. So Laurel is here today to share her 14 years of experience in the tax industry. Listen, you're in the height of everything. It's funny because I have all my paperwork ready and I haven't sent it out yet because I know I'm going to owe. So I'm waiting, but all my paperwork is together and I keep getting the emails from my tax bureau. When are you going to send it? When are you going to send it? When I'm ready to. Relax. By the way, and I didn't do this at the top and it just popped into my head. To everybody at Old Dominion, on behalf of both of us and all of us here, thoughts and prayers go out to the students who first of all, who lost their lives, got injured, the professor who was killed. But hats off to the ROTC members who were in that class that subdued the gunman. And I heard this morning, they stabbed him to death to control him. The campus was closed the last couple of days. That's why I'm donning ODU stuff today. So thoughts and prayers to everybody at Old Dominion. Okay, sorry, I forgot to mention at the top, shame on me. Let's talk about some of the things about tax. What do people forget when it comes to preparing for their taxes? Let's talk about some of the things people should keep in mind when preparing their stuff.
So the biggest mistakes taxpayers make, whether you're an individual taxpayer or a business owner, is not planning, right? Also, when it comes to business owners, right, it's another big mistake is not separating your personal and your business finances.
You're talking about even like a business account versus personal account.
Correct.
Don't commingle.
No
funds.
commingling of funds. A lot of new business owners tend to run everything through one account. And when tax season comes, it's a mess. And we're trying to track expenses. And yes, I do help clients reconstruct their income and expenses based off the information that they have that they were keeping track of.
Receipts and stuff.
Correct. Bank statements, business credit cards, whatever that is. But that's one of the biggest mistakes, commingling of funds. Not keeping proper records and bookkeeping throughout the year. You know, it's imperative that we keep good records and we have bookkeeping throughout the year and not just when tax season comes and you're trying to figure out what is what. You know, so those are some of the mistakes taxpayers make.
So you've been doing this for 14 years.
Yes.
Is that how long Elite itself has been open? You started that 14 years ago?
So Elite I recently rebranded my company. I was originally Precise Tax Services. But it wasn't broad. It wasn't big enough. It didn't highlight
everything
that I actually did when it comes to financial literacy.
Why did you get into this industry in the first place? Is this what you intended to do when you were ready to start? I mean, what was your other interest? Then you said, all right, accounting is going to be it for me.
I wanted to be a lawyer.
I
wanted to be a lawyer. Things changed. I had a child early in age. And I just had to redirect just a lot of things in my life. But I love numbers. I'm a numbers girl. And I like to make money. And
we're not talking a printer in the basement, folks. Let's clarify that.
But I originally started, I actually was a referral agent before I was like, let me actually hop into this. I'm very good with networking and meeting people. So it wasn't hard for me to get people to refer them to the person that I was
Gotcha, that you're working
with.
Right.
And then that first year, I'm like, I done sent all these clients to her. Second year came around, everybody's reaching back out to me about the taxes. And I'm like, you know what? And they was reaching out to me prior to tax season, just to make sure that the person was still available. So I dug deep into taxes, learning within a couple months. And then of course, taxes is an ongoing education. So you continuing to learn, but I have children, and it just made sense, to pick up another stream of income.
Right on. Okay. Because I'm always intrigued, as to why people do what they do. What was the aha moment? I love finding that out from people, because more times than not, people I talk with don't ever intend to be in the field that they're in. They were over here somewhere, and then something happened. They made a wrong turn in Albuquerque, and the next thing they know, they're doing what they do, but they love it.
Yes.
You
have to have a passion for what you do too.
Absolutely.
You have to love it.
So what is some of the myths? I always like to have myth busting take place. Okay. Because I think there's conceptions, right or wrong, about tax season, about what to do and flags for audit, whatever. Give me a couple of myths that people come to you and say, well, I always believed this. And then you say, well, that's not right. This is the reality. Can you think of a couple of things that we can maybe fix from a myth busting standpoint, that maybe things aren't as bad as we think they are? Anything like that come to mind that we could share?
Well, one of the biggest myths is that I hear all the time is, I was told I can deduct all of this.
Okay. That's a good one.
And the way that this works with IRS, if you are legitimately running a business, IRS allows you to deduct ordinary and necessary expenses.
Such as?
That relates to your business.
Okay.
For what you do.
Okay.
So that right there, just coming in thinking like, I can deduct my food, I can deduct this vacation, I can deduct, this vehicle.
Okay.
But if it isn't ordinary and necessary pertaining to your business, then you cannot deduct it. And you don't want those issues later on down the road from IRS.
Are things trickier for people who have a home-based business versus like where I'm sitting in right now, an actual separate location for my business? Because there's always the theory that there's certain tax advantages to having a home-based business. Correct.
So with the home-based business, right, depending on how often you work that home-based business, right?
Okay.
The area that you use on a regular basis inside that house is really what you can actually deduct.
So it's a percentage of the full square footage of your home. Okay.
So you have your total square footage of the home, but you can only utilize the area that you use on a regular basis.
Gotcha.
And based off of that area that you use on a regular basis, that percentage is what the percentage you are allowed to write off for those business expenses that are ordinary,
like
necessary.
Utilities, electric,
correct,
internet.
that you're utilizing for for that business, to run that business. And of course, you use your utility, you're using your lights, power, you're using Wi-Fi, so those are certain utilities that you can write off. We're not going to talk about the water and your water bill and things like that, and your trash and sanitation, things like that, but things that
are necessary direct to the business.
Correct. That are ordinary and necessary directly to the professional services that you provide.
What about equipment?
Equipment, yes. When it comes to equipment, those are assets.
Right.
You can depreciate those. So that equipment relates to the business that you have and the services that you're providing. Then yes, that's a deduction.
Okay.
You can depreciate that.
So some of what you're sharing, it sounds like it falls into the category to find out exactly what business owners can legally deduct in order to pay less taxes.
That's the key word.
So let's talk about
legally.
That. What are some of the things? How can business owners legally pay less taxes? So obviously we've just hit on one, and that is to take the legal deductions, right?
Correct.
To allow less taxes to be paid. So
correct.
There's got to be more than just documenting that properly.
Absolutely. One of the biggest ways business owners can reduce their tax liability is proper tax planning.
Okay. So meaning what?
So that depending on your situation, right,
Gotcha.
That can mean different things, whether you're an individual taxpayer, right, or whether you are a business owner.
Okay.
And understanding those deductions as well when it comes to lowering your tax liability. As a individual taxpayer, you know, what you can legally do to help lower your tax liability, other than, of course, the main thing is making sure that you have the right withholdings being taken out throughout the year, claiming the right exemptions, right, based off of your tax situation. Also, when it comes to individual taxes for taxpayers, contributing, you know, to your retirements.
Okay.
You know, and this is not the contributions, of course, the contributions you have through your employer, but you can have multiple retirement accounts where you can contribute to. So we're contributing the max to your 401ks, your Roths, IRAs, your traditional IRAs, and if applicable, HSAs, which are health savings accounts,
right,
and contributing that max, because ultimately I'm a firm believer, if your money's not making you money, you're working backwards. We're not getting younger, we're getting older, so we need to plan for retirement.
Right.
And you need to make sure that the money that you're putting out is growing and scaling for your retirement.
So it's prep for you later.
Correct. Absolutely.
Now, how does a solopreneur like me, like you, right? We were talking about this before. Look, I mean, I would love to set up a plan even for myself. That would be a retirement.
Yes.
You know, a 401k or whatever. Are there certain plans designed to help small businesses like us versus a big company that has multiple employees?
Yeah, there's definitely self-employed retirement plans that you can set up for, whether it's a 401, you know, whether you're setting up, like I said, when I mentioned having multiple, multiple retirement accounts, whether it's a Roth or traditional, you can set this up totally on your own for self-employed, for your business, for yourself. And contributing the max to that as well throughout the year. Right now, you can contribute the max is $7,000 if you're under 55. Over, I'm not under 55. But you can, the max is $8,000 for you, which you can contribute.
Do I get an AARP discount too?
Well, I don't know about that part. But you know, there's other, you know, IULs, Index Universal life insurance. So there's different things that you can definitely utilize to help plan for retirement, even without working a 9 to 5. I
have a question in the chat room. Actually, I'll get to John's question there in a second, but my friend Chief, or Thomas Glenn, who's watching from Las Vegas, is there new tax laws that will benefit senior citizens coming down the pike?
Absolutely. So with the One Big Beautiful Bill Act right now, there's a new senior deduction, which is an extra $6,000 per senior, and if you're married filing jointly, that's a $12,000 deduction on top of the
senior being deduction. What age?
65 and older. 65 and older.
Well, Chief's got that cleared.
So 65 and older. There's an extra $6,000 deduction per taxpayer, and if you're married filing jointly, of course, that's joint income, so that's a $12,000 additional deduction on top of your standard deductions.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay. See how smart she is? She had that ready to go for you, Chief.
Yeah, there's a lot of different changes with the One Big Beautiful Bill Act we all know about, which is the no tax on tips, the no tax on overtime, which is big, especially for a lot of us that's working at overtime, and the industry with the no tax on tips with the bartenders.
All the service providers.
Absolutely, that's a big thing for us Americans and taxpayers. Absolutely.
John slid a question in there. Is Social Security taxable if it's your only source of income?
No. It's not. It only becomes taxable when you are generating additional sources of income that goes over between 23 to 25,000. It be a portion of that, not the whole thing of your Social Security. A portion of that becomes taxable.
So if he makes 23 to 25,000 outside of
his Social Security,
and then whatever the Social Security is that covers the balance is
going to be taxable. Correct.
Gotcha.
So if you're working a side job and you still collect the Social Security, of course that income, depending on how much of that income you're making on the side, it's considered taxable income. You have to file those taxes, and you have to also provide your Social Security as well, because that is part of your tax return now.
And the reason it's taxed afterwards is because when it comes out as part of your payroll when you're working, it's not taxable.
Correct.
It comes out as a pre-tax.
Correct.
So it's now taxable on the back end.
Correct. They're going to get their money one way or the other.
Oh, of course, of course. I used to work for Paychex many moons ago, so some of this stuff still sits in my brain.
Gotcha. Yes.
Chief did verify that he does qualify based on what I said before about his age. So, and for that matter, so does John. Okay, thank you for those questions. All right, now I'm going to just change gears on you for a second.
Sounds good.
All right, who's your favorite actor of all time?
Favorite actor of all time.
And I didn't prep her for these folks, so
definitely did not. Okay. No. Denzel Washington.
I get him a lot from everybody, which is great. I love him. He's a great actor. Favorite actress on the other side of the ledger?
Mm,
Maybe you don't have a favorite female actress.
I love Taraji Henson.
Oh shit! What was that police show she did? Where she was a New York detective with the guy who was the missionary kind
yes,
of. I loved
yes,
it.
yes, I know.
And she was great on Empire.
Yes. She's very versatile, and that's what I love about her, and that's why I love Denzel as well, because he's very.
Denzel, you think about his gamut from one end of the screen to the other. Oh my goodness, good guy, bad guy, John Q, and all the holy cow. Favorite all-time movie, so that when it comes on streaming service, you see that's coming on, you turn your phone off. You grab your popcorn, your favorite adult beverage, your significant other, family, whatever. What movie is that for you?
Love and Basketball.
Boy, she didn't even hesitate on that one. Why that movie? What's so fun about it?
It just brings back memories as a young kid. I
from Brooklyn, from the streets of Brooklyn.
Well, yeah, and not only that, just even here, living here in Virginia, just playing sports, loving basketball, and just the whole dynamics of just loving basketball. Just growing up and being a young teenager growing into a woman and trying to figure out what you want to do. Not the movie itself, right? Just figuring out what path you want to go on, whether it is basketball, sports, or whether it's a career. Right. You have to choose. And
absolutely, got to make choices.
Yes.
Favorite genre of music?
R&B. Well, no, I have two favorites: reggae and R&B. And R&B. Okay. I have two favorites. Yeah.
So now you're stopped at a red light.
Okay.
Favorite song comes on the radio, or Sirius XM. I just dated myself by saying radio. People looking at you because you're singing karaoke in the car. You don't care what you look like doing it. What song is that you're singing to in your car?
Probably Cardi B. Right now.
All right, that's fine. Whatever floats your boat. All right, you're watching Aaron's Hour. I got more goofy stuff, but more importantly, more serious stuff with Laurel regarding taxes, what to do, how to prepare, and whatever else we decide to do in the next 20 minutes. We'll be right back. Peace, Love, and Little Donuts originated in Pittsburgh 15 years ago. Now you can enjoy these little cake donuts right here in Virginia Beach, located at 2105 Princess Anne Road. We have over 60 different toppings to choose from in quantities of 2, 6, 12, and 36. We can take care of any catering needs, such as weddings, business meetings, or Super Bowl party. Call us at 757-301-3564 and let us know what donuts will make your event even groovier.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
We take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Topwater Community College.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
Hi there. Welcome back to Aaron's Hour. Thank you, John, for my You're Next. If I was watching the screen. Okay, can we pop up a lead again, please? If you're serious about building wealth, protecting your money, and scaling your business, you need strategy, not just someone who's going to be a tax preparer. Laurel, sitting to my left, if you haven't learned by now that she knows what she's talking about, because she's also the CEO of Elite Financial Services, and her team love to help individuals and entrepreneurs build financially elite lifestyles. I love that. They specialize in personal and corporate taxes, including S Corp, C Corps, bookkeeping, credit repair, business credit building, proper business structuring, and securing real business funding. And the coup de grace, if you want to do what she does, she's got the professional tax software that's available and can help you get in the business. How do you find that out? Call the folks at Elite, 757-717. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. I'm not lying to you, folks. 757-717-2411 at Elite Financial Services. We don't just file taxes. We build financial power.
Yes.
John, if you please pop up that flyer that I sent you this morning. If you are a boxing fan, this Thursday, the 19th, there is a gala dinner honoring Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. I was informed this is over at the wedding. Oh my gosh, I just blanked on it. The wedding on Holland. Yes. It's part of the Pernell Whitaker Foundation. I was told last night, you see the guy in the upper right-hand corner, Evander Holyfield. Yes, the guy who had his ear bitten off by Mike Tyson. He has a table of 10 people. There's one seat left to sit right next to him. Money's raised at this go to Powerhouse Boxing and Kickboxing scholarships for seniors to go attend the boxing school there. $555. That's all that it is to sit next to this former heavyweight champion. You could stare at his ear if you want to, I suppose, but it depends on what side your seat is on. You can sit next to him for $550. This event is being sponsored and put on by Councilman Cash Green. You can make checks payable to the Cash Green Charitable Foundation as well. Just message me. I am going to be there. Me and Eli are going to be there. As a matter of fact, we're going to meet with Anna, who is also the chaplain there at the wedding house. What wedding? I say wedding house, but why am I blank? It's wedding chapel, isn't it?
Yes. Well, it's like a venue.
It's a venue, wedding venue
awesome.
on Holland, right? Holland and like Independence over there somewhere.
Right there, right, Holland and
just show up. Just message me and shove. So there's one seat available at Vander Holyfield's table. $555 tax donation, right?
Yes. This business, if you're doing it for business, it's definitely.
Well, but you're donating it to a foundation.
Oh, so then it's charitable donation.
See what I did there, folks? I segued the whole thing. So come on down. You'll sit at the table with me and Eli. We'll have a good time. $555 helps a senior as a scholarship. Okay, let's get back to some business here. All right. You touched on when you got into this business, creating multiple streams of income. Is that important for businesses to survive today?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The average millionaire has 7 streams of income.
7? How do they have time for that?
So I tell people all the time, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, right? It's not because they created 7 different avenues of income. What they did was they maximized and capitalized off of one industry.
Gotcha.
And in the financial industry, it's very easy to do so.
Okay.
You know, with tax preparation, bookkeeping.
So the more services within your business you're kind of talking about.
Correct.
Okay. Gotcha.
Correct. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Maximizing and capitalizing off what you already do. And once you master that lane, then you can move on and, you know, open up something different that probably relates to what you're doing, like real estate in the financial industry.
Chief puts a comment in there, and I'm guessing that he's talking about taxes here. Taxes to be paid, isn't it $1 for every $3 you make? Because isn't taxes like 28% normally, something like that?
So
personal taxes?
Well, you're taxed on based off your tax bracket. So depending on the tax bracket you're in will determine will determine your Did
I?
Yes.
Did I really?
No, I don't know if you said that. I just seen that word.
Okay.
But I don't know if you said that. I can't remember.
Wow, if I did, that's a whole nother. I guess I'm back in Vegas. Sorry, folks. It was a message that came through on chat. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So you're based off your tax bracket determines your tax rate.
Gotcha.
Which can be anywhere from 10% up to 38%.
Gotcha.
You know, so that plays a part.
So Chief also says, Brooklyn, yeah, girl, let's get a tomato pie or hard egg, tail, pork roll and cheese on a hard roll sandwich. Jeez, Chief.
This sounds like
Social Security. He was referring to Social Security. $1 for every $3 you make.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Love you, brother. Okay. So multiple streams of income, different ways to make money within your existing business. Like you said, we're not talking 7 different entities.
No.
Because I have enough trouble juggling the one that I'm in charge with all the different things I try to do. So where I can offer my podcast seminar would be a stream of revenue. Of course, doing shows and having advertisers would be another one. Voiceover. That's what you mean by multiple streams.
Teaching it all. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I understand because I ain't got enough time for more than this one.
Correct.
Okay. Well, and that makes a lot of sense because it's just creating and making yourself more valuable to the market with more that you can offer.
Correct. I feel like, instead of it being like just a one-stop shop, right? I'm creating like an an ecosystem for my clients.
But you want it to be a one-stop shop because the more you can offer that one client.
That's what it is. But it's
Gotcha.
more of creating that ecosystem for my clients so that I'm offering more services. I already deal with their finances.
Right.
You know, why not offer these other additional
Sure.
services?
If you're already
to help
in
them?
it, you might as well.
Correct.
Makes sense.
And then
Gotcha.
I have clients who start off as, you know, they're still working a 9-to-5 employee and they're getting ready to build their business, but they're still working their 9-to-5.
That's a great comment that you're about to make because I want to ask a question about that.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Like you went from one support system as a referral agent to then you deciding to become your own.
Mhm.
How do people make that transition?
So even when I was a referral agent, I was still working a 9-to-5.
Sure.
Right. So when it comes to transitioning from a 9-to-5 into becoming an entrepreneur, honestly, it really boils down to shifting your mindset, right? And what I mean by shifting your mindset, you know, when you work a 9-to-5, it's shifting your mindset from security to ownership, basically. That's the shift that you need to make. Yes, you know, a job gives you a paycheck, right? That's the security.
You some right?
That's the
You
security.
just took the word,
Yep,
right?
that's the security.
Right.
But when you build, when you become an entrepreneur, you're building income, you're building assets, you're building generational wealth, and these are key to being able to really succeed. And in the industry we're in the economy in America that we're in, and when you know, I tell people all the time, you know, do not quit your 9-to-5, right? Because you need that stable income, right? And that allows you, having that stable income allows you to focus on building your business, right? Building your clientele base, building systems, you know, and being able to build that revenue that you're going to need when it's time for you to go full-time as an entrepreneur.
How long did it take you to go full-time?
Oh my gosh.
When you made the I'm just curious.
Yeah, I didn't go full time until which is crazy, but and I knew it was going to happen. But during COVID, I knew when COVID started, right when the peak of it, I knew that the way things were trending, transitioning, where you know you don't even know if you get sick, will you still have a job, or because you're replaceable, right? You know, so I was working 9-to-5 and doing entrepreneurship probably about 10 years before I decided to go full blown into the business. And honestly, sometimes I wish I would have went sooner because now it opened up my time. You know, I can answer more phone calls. I can get more things done. But it took 10 years, a whole decade.
So don't expect it to be an overnight thing.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
That's why I tell people in 20.5 years I'm doing this, it's taken me this long to be an overnight sensation. So it's crazy. Let's talk about types of corporations, because I think there's a lot of uncertainty when someone wants to start a business. Solopreneur, LLC, LLP, S Corp, C Corp, Corp, whatever. I have a funny feeling LLCs are probably the most common type of entities. Would that be a fair statement?
Yeah, LLC is basically a legal structure, right? That protects your personal assets and separates you from your business liabilities. Right. And then we have the S Corp elect, right? S corporation isn't a business entity, it's a tax election. Okay, big difference because
that's why you're the pro.
It helps reduce your tax liability. The taxes passes on to the business instead of on to you, and then also reduces your self-employment as well. And depending on, every business is not the same. So depending on your business will determine what's the best structure for you. And when it comes to becoming an S Corp election, the math has to math, right? So once your business gets to a point where you're making a certain amount of money, then it may be time to seek a professional to see what's the best avenues to take when it comes to your business and your taxes, because you want to understand your finances and your taxes at the end of the day.
Sure. Now, I also want to just let my audience know one area that we're not going to talk about here only because of time, and maybe this is something else we can have you back on the show to talk about, are nonprofit organizations. Although they have to be run like businesses, there's a whole different slew of requirements and legalities and filings and EIN numbers. So we're not even going to touch on NPOs here, but maybe that'll be a topic we'll talk about on another visit when you come back on. So for new business, for solopreneurs, Is it recommended that they start as an LLC? Is that your recommendation most of the time?
So my thing is this: when you are deciding, right, to create another stream of income, right, depending on how you want to go about it, what the end game is.
Okay.
Yeah, some people just start off and just as sole proprietor.
Sure.
Right. They don't structure anything.
Okay.
But if you want to build, if you want to scale and grow your business, then it all boils down to the structuring of your business, because that determines everything at the end of the day.
Gotcha.
It determines your finances, it determines your taxes.
But there's no advantage to being a solopreneur from a tax standpoint. That's why, to me, an LLC, even for a solopreneur like myself, it gives me that protection from the tax thing.
Correct.
That it's my entity versus me.
Correct. Because again, once you create that LLC, right, now that LLC is a legal structure, like I mentioned, that protects your personal assets, so no one can personally come sue you, right, and it separates you from any from the business liabilities that you may have.
Can people look at that as a loophole? Is it a legal loophole?
It's a legal loophole.
Okay.
It's a legal loophole, because you're structuring your business, you're building your business, and you're structuring it for success.
Right.
And that is what it's all about, succeeding.
Right. Because I'm not even listed as the owner on an LLC. I'm the managing member, protecting me personally against the entity, right? Okay. See, I do kind of know this stuff. Desiree Godiva. Thank you. Oh, hi, Desiree. Thank you for tuning in. She says, great info. Thank you. Let's see. Chief clarified his comment, or not Chief. Actually, it was John. For every $3 you make, $1 is deducted from your taxes, or from your Social Security, rather. Chief apologizes. His Halfheimers was kicking in. And he also says, absolutely great information. I'm enjoying listening and learning. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Okay, so listen, we're not, what we're talking about now, right now that we've shared, is barely enough information on the top of a pinhead.
Absolutely.
So I've been giving out your phone number, 757-717-2411.
You get it, 2411-411.
I know. I was on it. I just didn't want to say it for him. Like, information, get that info. I was on it. What other ways can people find you online? What's the website, emails? What's the best way?
Yep. So my website is www.filewithelitefinancial.services. You can find me on Google. Literally, you can Google tax preparation, Hampton Road 757. I'm literally the first ones to populate on the Google.
Good.
It's all about your algorithm and those reviews.
That's right.
And I thank my clients for that. You can also find me on Facebook. My name, Laurel Brushingham. My business page, Elite Financial Service. Instagram, Elite_Financial_Service. And my email, Laurel@filewithelitefinancial.services as well. Give me a call. You have any questions, I'm here. We are at 2 different deadlines. I know we mentioned earlier the April 15th, but I also do, like you mentioned, S Corp taxes, and that deadline is around the corner, March 15th, which is tomorrow, but technically would be Monday,
right,
correct? Because tomorrow falls on a Sunday.
So hurry up.
Yep. So we need to. You either need to file your taxes by Monday or file an extension, and keep in mind, extensions doesn't give you more time to pay. It just gives you more time to file. Yes. But if you're an S Corp, most S Corps, they don't even owe taxes again because the taxes passes through the business. But you still want to file that extension so that you can give yourself more time to file the taxes as well.
Had a situation with my tax preparer last year because they were so inundated. I don't remember why everybody was behind last year. It just seems like everybody's tax, at least from the company I was using at the time, that they ended up filing and I knew they were going to file late. They notified me things are going to, I said, that's fine as long as you notify the IRS,
Absolutely.
right? So a couple of months later, I get this letter from the IRS saying I was fined like $50 or some really minimal amount because the taxes were filed late. And so I immediately called them and I said, hey, you guys told me you were going to do this and all well and good. If it was notified, why did I get? So they jumped on it and they got it squared away. And they showed proof that it was not me, it was their delay in filing it. So, okay, so a lot of good stuff here. Please call Laurel and talk with her a little bit. All right, couple of things as I look at the clock, we're just about starting to wrap up. All right, so today is, Deidre put some sort of link on there, obviously to search to you. So Desiree, thank you, Desiree. Desiree just put a link into the business in the chat group. So there you go. So thank you, Desiree, for doing that. And also, too, folks, while you're in the chat room, just simply hit that little arrow in the left-hand corner and just reshare this feed also to anybody and everybody that could use her service and her information. All right, today is pie day since you're a numbers person. 3.14, blah, 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 blah. What's your favorite pie?
Pecan pie.
Pecan pie? All right, mine's chocolate cream pie. So everybody's answering that question on Facebook with like fruit pies and like, no, chocolate cream pie.
Fruit pies are really good.
But I'm not a fruity guy. I'm not big into fruits. I mean, I like banana. I'm going to try to save this angle right now. I like bananas. I like cantaloupes, but I've never really. I mean, there's a banana pie. But I'm not a chocoholic.
But most of fruit pies I've seen, they really have like strawberries, kiwis.
Yeah, blueberries.
They're good for you.
I'm not even like it, but and anything with anti on it, as long as it's not anti-chocolate. That's it. All right. A couple other of those silly questions, and then we'll wrap this up. Again, I just want to remind you, please call Arel 757-717-2411, or John likes peach pie, or go into the chat room right now of the video, or at any time, even after today, and you can catch the link that Desiree was kind enough to put in there. Desiree is also apple pie. Thank you very much. File with elitefinancial.services is the website. Check it out. All right, here you go. Last couple of questions. Bucket list vacation. Where would you like to go someday?
Africa is where I'm going to go.
Okay.
Africa, the end of this year. I'm thinking I'm going to go in December.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to
Why December? Is it better weather there?
Yeah. So I have a lot of clients, believe it or not, that are from Africa. They work here.
Gotcha.
You know, and they go back home and they send their money back home. But Ghana and Gambia is one of the two places I really want to go.
When you plan to go, let me know, because we have a Kiwanis contact in Ghana.
Oh my goodness.
She's a lieutenant governor out there.
Love that.
And so we can connect you with some people out there.
So
do
great.
some stuff out there. Okay. I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. If money were no object.
If money was no object?
If money was no object, what car would you like to have parked in your driveway, presuming you don't already have it?
Because, so I like fast cars, clearly, because the vehicle I have, right?
Which around here, the Alfa Romeo, what you can probably do like 0 to 60 in about 1.1 seconds.
It does.
It does have kick.
Yes,
What year is it, by the way?
It's a 2022.
Okay.
It's a Juliana quad.
Color?
Red.
2-door?
4.
4-door.
4-door.
Okay.
4-door. I want to upgrade eventually to the Stelvio. It's the truck SUV.
Okay.
Yeah. But classy vehicle for me would be, because this car you can't drive fast, right? And it is the G-Wagon.
The G-Wagon?
The G-Wagon.
Chief Rhubarb?
The G-Wagon.
Okay, G-Wagon. Nice.
Yeah, that's classy. That's the car you just
drive and people notice.
That's it.
Go,
you know.
There she goes.
That's it.
There she goes.
The red one is fast, and get up out of there.
Cops are on me. Fly it. Right, because red's like the most pulled over color.
I know, but guess what? I have been very lucky since I've had the vehicle.
Well, when you're driving around Virginia Beach, you don't need to do 130,000 miles an hour for crying out loud. So that's just the car to show up and go, I'm successful. That's me. Okay.
Nobody but God.
Nobody but God. Who's your favorite superhero, Batman or Superman? And given the studio you're sitting in, I hope to God you answer this correctly.
So what if I say it's Wonder Woman?
That's okay. My wife loves Wonder Woman.
I love Wonder Woman.
Okay, that's fair. I have to show you that.
Yeah, you are just. I seen it on. I peeped it all out. I know what to get you. I know when it's time to give you a gift. I know exactly where to go.
There you go. I love it. All right, 2 last questions, and then we'll end this thing. Number 1 of the 2. What's your favorite curse word? And you could say it. We're on the internet. Unless you don't want to embarrass the family.
Shit.
All right. That's calm though.
I know
You're from Brooklyn. Come on. There you go. That's what I expect.
I was trying to be classy here.
No, we're on the internet. You're on Aaron's Hour. We did all the professional stuff already.
I figured I'd go to the most common one because we've been saying that since we're 3, 4, 5 years old, right? So let me just go.
I once got lava soap as I was less than 10 years old. I was with my grandparents.
Oh.
But when you hear it in the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I gave them the F word.
Oh.
And I got lava soap. And that was the last time I said that in front of my grandparents.
I was told when I was a kid, my favorite one was the B word.
Really? Boyfriend?
The other one.
The one that rhymes with witch? Right.
Yeah, I was told that was the one that I run around saying. Not the shit, but
no. Shut the front door. Right. All right. Last question. Yes. All seriousness. This is the only serious one I ask of this. When the day comes, many, many years down from now, when you're standing in front of the pearly gates and the maitre d' is there to welcome you in, what is it you want to hear him say to you?
Good job. Proud of you.
There you go. And you
Did
kept the books in balance.
You did it.
Right on. Good for you. All right, that does it. You're off the hot seat for those questions. We need, Chief says, classy. What's that? We need to put the crew together for a show. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Love you, Chief. All right. Again, phone number is 757-717-2411. 757-717-2411. Listen, you know me. I have people here on my show that are of quality, trusted authorities in the industry that they represent. And Laurel is definitely one of them. Give her a call and I'm sure even if you just have a question, she'll be happy to help you out and guide you. She's not a gatekeeper. By the way,
you don't have to file your taxes with me for me to answer your questions.
That's right. Because she'll prove herself, I guarantee it.
Absolutely.
All right. This Tuesday is St. Patty's Day, so please be careful if you're going to indulge and have a good time, because I'm going to see you back here next week watching. Next week's show, I'm going to have the folks from Foundation Fighting Blindness. They have an event coming up in April that I'm going to be emceeing again. So I'll have those folks on next week's show. And also, again, in 30 minutes, the Voice of 757 local channel, Cox Cable Channel 4, Sky 4 TV, will be on the air from 12:30 to 1. But by Monday, go to the Voice of 757 Facebook page and you'll catch the episode there with Naima Ford from TCC, and local comedian Fred McKinnon will be on the air. With that does it. Thank you for coming on, my friends. Your hands are nice and warm. I'm freezing in here today. It's only 72 in the studio, and I'm freezing my butt off. Have a great rest of your Saturday. As always, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. Thank you for watching. See you next time right here on Aaron's Hour. Bye.